At RIEDEL, we're technology providers enabling live productions in broadcast, sports, and all sorts of events, from the local theatre play to the biggest festivals in the world. Before we set out for any project, we try and figure out what our customer is looking for. And therefore we ask, where do you want to go? It's a relevant question for any project, as it takes a lot of courage to go where the wind blows, and where you need to stick together as a team, in vessels specifically built for the fastest race on water. Here, the crews face harsh conditions. Everything is wet, and corrosion is the kryptonite of technology. There are physical and competitive restrictions, limiting the weight available for technology and power supply. On top of that, the way the wind blows really is known only shortly before the event, and so the race course is determined on short notice, based on the water current and wind direction. The America's Cup 2021, taking place in New Zealand, is a high-profile competition for the oldest sports trophy in the world. As an intercom and video solution specialist, we turn the onboard action into a tangible experience for the spectators ashore. RIEDEL provides the technology infrastructure on both water and land. The gear aboard includes the intercom for crew communications and safety marshals, the onboard camera and audio concept, the position and flight height tracking, as well as the radar for distance control between the boats, the transmission technology for video, comms and telemetry data, and the onboard power supply. And finally, we contribute to the event and broadcast production, setting up and managing the holistic media backbone and intercom for this spectacle. All in all, this is a quite astonishing project from both a technological and management perspective. We assumed a slightly different perspective during another project. That was testing how far we can actually go, and that allows us now to say, the sky is not the limit. In this project, we managed the technology for an aeronautic world record at an altitude of 39,000 meters, with variables putting everything at risk. In the stratosphere, temperatures range from -60 to +60 degrees Celsius, which is the equivalent of -76 to +140 degrees Fahrenheit. And when no one knew the location of where exactly the capsule and aeronaut would land, and when room and weight again were strictly limited for the technical gear including power supply, all we knew there was no room for failure. And so did he. The Red Bull Stratos in 2012 was a record-breaking project in itself, setting the world records for the highest manned balloon, the highest free fall, and fastest unmotorized man. But it was also the most watched event at its time. We ensured the stable video transmission and communication, and tracked both the capsule and aeronaut to move and set up the highly flexible mission control accordingly in order to capture the final moments of this spectacular event. And it's exactly these exceptional events that challenge us and make us come up with innovative technologies and concepts that we can then translate into everyday life. Just imagine what happens every weekend during a local derby, for instance, at a stadium with thousands of fans, tense and excited. There's shouting, there's singing and cheering. Every other person is on a mobile device, adding to the countless interference signals. And you are in the middle of the pitch, relying on perfect communications and gear that is light and functional, suiting your purpose, wearable when you run back and forth whilst managing your team and controlling the situation at any time. And just like the Bundesliga referees, there are hundreds of event organizers, producers, directors and technicians who rely on our products every day to communicate and to control video signals in real time. We aren't just a technology manufacturer, but also the most experienced operator in the business, as we apply our own systems on a daily basis, most prominently so in broadcast and event productions. Whether big events and festivals or sports productions, we have provided our solutions and services to an extraordinary customer base for decades. You will find our solutions in fixed installations of theatres, houses of worship, as well as cruise ships, and even in corporations, medical facilities and governments. And this is how we do all this. As a community of 700 experts with unique stories and backgrounds, we cross the boundaries between cultures and professions. Speaking more than 40 languages, we are a truly international team and have been regarded a world-class team in the market for a long time. A visionary in his own right, Thomas Riedel is the founder, 100% owner and CEO of the company and has certainly been the driving force behind the Riedel spirit. That is, to aim for innovation and excellence by going the extra mile at any time. So as a team we go out there and make the most extraordinary events happen. And when we come back home, we bring with us the insights of the projects, of what worked out and what didn't. And our R&D incorporates the feedback in the development and improvement of our products and solutions. But where do we do all this? Right, in Wuppertal, the greenest city of Germany. A city of thought leaders in politics, culture and industry, and home to Riedel since its beginning. In fact, it's the base for more than half of our colleagues. Ideally located, it is easily accessible from the main airports of the region and is comfortably commutable for millions of people. There are more than 10 million people living in the Rhine and Ruhr area. The location also benefits our project management and logistics teams, who take care of more than 4,000 events a year across the globe. Wuppertal is home to our R&D, as in hardware and software development and IP research, which is a hot topic, particularly in the broadcast market, and also to our production that we maintain the highest standards for. At this point, we have to acknowledge that Wuppertal is not exactly the center of the world, and no one would regard us as a global player if we only stayed there. In fact, we need to be able to feel the pulse of the world, and therefore we reach out to the market. Most densely so in Europe for historical reasons, where there are several R&D hubs and branch offices, our points of sale and bases for our international services, not only in Europe but also on the other side of the planet. All this sums up to a global network that is available at any time, literally 24/7. Let's take a look at our numbers. We are a healthy company and generally speaking, we are growing. With the introduction of our first product, the RIEDEL, we were suddenly able to serve the world's most renowned motorsport series. One thing leads to another, and not long after, we found ourselves delivering our services to the most renowned sports production ever. The games have actually had a significant impact on our turnover. As you can see, growth in even years has been stronger than in uneven ones until recently. When we introduced the groundbreaking intercom system Artist, the first decentralized digital matrix intercom, we opened up more opportunities for ourselves and, of course, our customers. 2005 was a strategically interesting year as we, for the first time, customized our technologies to shape the media format available to the audience and make the competition more tangible for them. Again, thanks to the introduction of a new product in 2009, we were able to broaden the spectrum of our solutions and services. With MediaNet, Riedel's distributed video network, we have become the provider of the event and broadcast infrastructure of the biggest of all live TV productions, the Eurovision Song Contest in 2011, and obviously the Red Bull Stratos the following year. In 2017, we introduced our Bolero wireless intercom, including the advanced decked receiver, eliminating over-interference and multipath issues there were in the market. It's been a success story ever since, even bringing forth new opportunities with only few modifications. The Bolero S has been used for the referee communications in the German Bundesliga since 2018 and for coach communications in other big sports leagues like the NFL. While we had already accomplished a vast range of video projects and have been continuously researching and developing IP technologies, we have bigger plans for the future. With the acquisition of Embryonics in 2019 and the following integration into MediaNet, Riedel has taken another big step to become the leading expert for video infrastructures. Considering the successes of more than 30 years and the development from a local company run from a garage in Wuppertal, Germany, to a global player, we like to think of ourselves as a healthy company and partner to our customers. For this reason, we've grown our family of technology companies and service providers since the beginning. Thanks to them, we are able to provide a 360-degree approach to event and broadcast productions, from guest management and high-tech antennas to wide area networks. And all this makes us think it's not always about where you go, it's about who joins you on the journey.